Hey, I'm Albert Myers, and this is The Creative Side, the show that explores and celebrates the talent of the DC, Maryland, and Virginia area. On today's show, we have Marissa Zechinato. As a student of jazz, Marissa enjoys finding new ways to take jazz flavor and infuse it into pop, singer-songwriter, and neo-soul styles. Here's an original song by Marissa Zechinato called Enough.
Do I always find a way to bring myself down in every situation? Thought I was doing okay, but now again I'm losing patience. To know that I'm enough, that I'm enough, and I need to know. I need to know that I'm enough. I feel like nothing. Smaller, I shrink down. The walls are closing in around me. Feels kinda cozy how the darkness always seems to hold me.
I'm glad to have as my guest Marissa Zechinato, who is a singer-songwriter from DC. Marissa, thanks so much for being my guest.
Thanks for having me.
So just to get started, so Marissa, how do you go about like writing songs? Like, how do you actually begin your creative process when you write an original song?
Wow, well, I guess it changes from song to song. I tend to kind of go off of an emotion or a theme that's coming up for me, something that is asking to be expressed. For some songs, it'll be like, a phrase and a melody that I'll just start like singing in my car. Like one of the songs that I'll be doing for this was one where I just was thinking about a situation and I just started singing about it, just like kind of goofing off. And then I was like, wait, that could be a hook. And then I took that and went to my piano. I was actually on my way to a rehearsal, so I had some extra time. The rehearsal started late, and I was like, perfect, because I had this piano, grand piano, and I was like, let me put some chords to this melody. My voice memos app on my phone is invaluable because anytime I have an idea, I've learned I will not remember it later if I don't record it immediately. So I'll record my idea on my voice memo, go back, put chords to it. I think, yeah, so a lot of my songs do start off melody and like some lyrical chunk first and then putting chords to it later, but sometimes it just changes. Sometimes it's a chord progression first that is sort of representing the mood I'm in. So I guess it kind of depends.
And so when I know that you play different instruments, like you play piano. I guess you've described as your first instrument. But like, do you find that like what you hear, like playing different instruments kind of influences the song, the way that you write a song, and like, just how does that sort of work, and I'm also really impressed that by musicians that are able to come up with the melody first and then come up with chords to sort of support it, because you hear even like big songwriters like Paul Simon and stuff will say, well, for me it starts with the chords, and so it's almost like, that's so, I feel like, as I told you in a conversation before, like it sounds so freeing to be able to do that, like, oh, I can just kind of go where I want, where the melody goes, and then come up with chords. It's really interesting. So what about where do you go to be inspired, whether that be places or different music that you're kind of interested in, like sort of what sparks your creativity?
Well, one place I love to go is just outside, like being surrounded by trees. I really like to be beneath and between a bunch of trees, and preferably by like water, like a lake or a stream. That's like my favorite place. I have a portable keyboard that's battery powered that I like to always have with me wherever I go. If I travel, if I'm staying at someone's house, I always have it with me so that I can always go outside and write. So that's one of my favorite things. And then musically, man, I listen to a bunch of stuff. I guess because I went to school for jazz, I think that really opened up the way that I hear music and what I'm interested in, where I tend to listen to things that go places that I would consider sort of unexpected harmonically. So things that don't stay in a particular key center the whole time, where, we use some modal interchange and go somewhere that you're not quite expecting. So, I mean, man, I could name a bunch of artists that I love. I guess some of the artists that I really love that come to mind would be like Hiatus Coyote, Corinne Bailey Rae, Aurora, Jacob Collier.
Yeah.
So just
It's
kind of
when you started
stuff.
talking about the different changes and stuff, Jacob Collier is one that comes to mind, who and he starts talking about, there's a really great video of him dissecting Stevie Wonder that is like Sir Duke or one of those kinds of tunes. He's like, this is so, like, you really have to be paying attention to like the jazz sort of things that he's incorporating into pop music, and I think that's exactly what you're talking about. So you also teach, obviously. You teach, I guess it's voice lessons, right?
I teach voice, and then I teach like beginner to intermediate keys, because I do consider myself like way more advanced on voice than on any instrument. I've also taught like beginner bass lessons because I've played bass too, but yeah, primarily voice.
And so, what if you could kind of like, preserve a message, a legacy sort of message for your students, what do you think that would be? Like, what do you hope that, like, what's one thing that you hope all students kind of get out of your teaching?
Sure. Well, I think one of the things that's really important to me is to find what's important to a student and what speaks to a student. So I like to gear my lessons around what gets a student excited, and also trying to help a student not sound a particular way, like not to say that there's a particular way to sound and that's correct, but to sort of help a student to uncover the potential in their own voice, so that as they work through lessons with me, they still very much sound like them, but then they sound like them now with abilities to do other things, sort of like a painter that now has new colors in their palette, but their voice and their vision is still the same in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I spend a
maximizing
lot of
potential,
time.
it sounds like.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly.
Very nice. I mean, the more obvious question would be, how have you been sort of adapting to the new normal, as we're calling it, which I hate, by the way. I hate calling it the new normal. That's just, but hopefully the temporary new normal. Like, obviously feeding that bug of live performing is difficult during this time. Like, are you doing live shows? Like, how are you sort of, still connecting with people with your music?
Sure. So, lately, I've really just been focusing mostly on recording an EP/album. I do want to try some of the live streaming stuff here pretty soon. But yeah, I've noticed one thing that's been interesting about this time is seeing how much work and even collaboration can be done virtually, which is sort of something that I wasn't aware of before, that I think is really cool to learn, is that, I can actually teach lessons virtually, and I can work on albums. And, I just received some awesome tracks from my friend who laid down some amazing saxophone and flute parts on an original song I'm working on. And we were able to do that all virtually because it was safer to do it that way. And so it's really, this time has really kind of jump-started me thinking in a new way, and actually considering being more mobile, and definitely considering, trying to be living more of a traveling lifestyle where I'm still teaching virtual lessons but recording on the road. I'm actually working on a mobile recording setup right now, so I can try van life and actually be able to record anywhere I want, and be able to wake up on the side of a mountain and have breakfast and then get back in my van and record a new song.
Wow, that's
in the works.
That sounds like the life. Can you just give everyone watching, like, where can they find more about you? Where can they hear more of your music and all that kind of stuff?
Sure. So right now, a lot of my stuff is on Instagram. I'm also slowly but surely adding content to Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, and all of the major streaming platforms. As of right now, I have a song out. I'm sure by the time that people are seeing this, I should have more songs out on Spotify, Apple Music, and the major streaming platforms. So, and I'm working on a website. But right now, I'd say Instagram, Spotify, and Apple Music are really great places to find my music.
Awesome. So what is the next song that you're going to be doing for us? Can you just describe it, or maybe how it came to be, and just kind of cue it up for us?
So for the next song I'll be performing, it is a song that actually, kind of like we were talking about, this is a song where the melody came up. I was just driving in my car. The song's called Go Wrong, and it was this guy I just started seeing, and things were just, and I still am seeing, and things were just, we hit it off really well, and it was really low drama, and it was just like, I felt like I could just totally be myself. So I was driving in the car and I just started singing, I feel like something's bound to go wrong, because I guess my past experience with relationships had been sort of not realizing in the moment, but kind of finding myself trying to be something for somebody else, and then having an interaction where I was able to just really fully show up and no hassle, just be myself. And it was just totally okay. So I was just driving in my car singing, like, I feel like something's bound to go wrong. And then I put chords to it, and then it became a whole song.
Very nice. Well, here it is, Go Wrong by Marissa Zechinato.
I feel like something's bound to go wrong. is a dream. It is by far the best I've had. I don't have to seem, I don't have to pass a test with you. I can't stop smiling. It's been such a while, babe. I can't stop smiling. It's been such a while, babe. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. I feel like something's bound to go wrong. I feel like something's bound to go wrong, go wrong, go wrong. I feel like something's bound to go wrong. I feel like something's bound to go wrong, go wrong, go wrong. It's hard to believe. It's so easy being around you. I can't fall asleep. I feel like a kid on Christmas Eve. I can't stop smiling. It's been such a while, babe. I can't stop smiling. It's been such a while, babe. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. I feel like something's bound to go wrong. I feel like something's bound to go wrong, go wrong, go wrong. I feel like something's bound to go wrong. Whoa. I feel like something's bound to go wrong. Whoa. I can't help thinking you're too good to be true. I can't help thinking you're too good to be true, good to be true. I can't help thinking you're too good to be true, true. I can't help thinking you're too good to be true, good to be true. I feel like something's bound to go wrong. Oh, I feel like, I can't help thinking you're too good to be true.
Thanks for watching this episode of The Creative Side, and special thanks to my guest Marissa Zechinato. And if you or anyone you know has the urge to express your creativity and inspire others to do the same, connect with MMC TV, and maybe you can be the next guest on The Creative Side.